and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Kaelyn. I'm a master's student here at the University of Oxford studying history, and in the fall I'm heading back to the United States for my PhD at Yale University in History and African American Studies. And today I have a very productive week ahead for you all to witness. So today is Monday, February 24th, and that means that this weekend I'm heading to Yale for Visiting Students Day. In the next few videos, you'll actually get to come along with me for Visiting Students Day. I do plan to vlog the entire experience, but that all being said, today I got up and Liam was visiting for the last week, so I took a little time off of YouTube and we went to Paris together. We came back and had a really nice week just getting to spend some time together, and I went to take him to the bus station this morning. We went and grabbed breakfast at George Street Social, and now I have to get back to work. I have an essay draft for my option paper due on Friday, and that is a 10,000 word essay, and it is one of the longest essays I have written besides my undergraduate honors thesis. So it's going to be a bit of a wild and bumpy ride. I've been working on it for several weeks. I think I have an idea for my topic fleshed out. Just quickly, I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about the paper that I'm writing in case you guys are interested. I love being able to talk a little bit more about my research, and you guys seem to enjoy that too. So the paper I'm going to be writing is about interracial sex, concubinage, and sexual violence in systems of slavery in French Louisiana and English colonial Virginia. I will say that my actual expertise of slavery and free blacks in Louisiana is quite limited, so this project has been a real challenge for me personally and intellectually, because I have had to go back and teach myself a large bit of this subject by reading articles and just being really diligent about mining the footnotes. But today is all about getting organized and just kind of getting things back on track. I have a consultation at 3 o'clock with one of my long-standing clients, and then I have a couple emails from prospective clients that I need to get on top of. So I have a lot of organizing I need to do since I let things kind of relax while Liam was here, and I think it is important to have a balance between your personal life and your professional and academic life. So I decided to take a little bit of a break while he was here, but now it is time to get back on track. So today is all about getting organized, setting up my plan, consultations, and preparing some of the readings and the outline for my essay, so that way I can begin the writing process tomorrow. I also have some readings that I have to do for my class on Thursday, but that shouldn't be too difficult to get on top of. But now I'm gonna go ahead and get to work and get organized. So it's obviously a bit later now. It is about 2:45. I ended up making up my plan for the day, did some readings for my seminar. We're currently working on the lavender scare and what is known as the creation of the straight state. So if you guys don't know what the lavender scare was, I'm still kind of trying to grasp it on my own, but I figured with my videos I could also talk about some of the things that I'm learning, and then maybe you guys can learn something too, and I'm able to actually talk through the things that I am learning in class. So anyway, the readings for this week are talking about how homosexuality and heterosexuality were kind of codified into law in relation to citizenship and veterans' ability to access welfare, particularly with the GI Bill, access to immigration, etc. So that's what we're currently working on, and I have found that with my studies there are some gaps that I really want to work on filling, and I think that that's part of becoming a really well-rounded academic, is being able to kind of assess where your weak spots are. I need to work a little bit more on queer theory and LGBTQ like sexual theory. And that basically means that a lot of the framework that I've used in assessing my own work has kind of focused on the binary of heterosexual relationships and some homosexual relationships, though that is slowly evolving. And I'm realizing as I'm going through these texts and as I'm taking these classes that there's a couple different areas that I want to work on, and especially with this week's readings, it's quite eye-opening, and it's something that I really want to work on in my own reading and in my own research, but also in the classes that I end up taking, hopefully at Yale. Luckily, there are a lot of classes at Yale which will allow me to kind of work through these particular theories and methodologies. That all being said, that's what I did for my readings this morning. I did laundry, cleaned my room, washed my bedding, obviously took a shower. And now I have a client call at 3 with a long-standing client, and then my plan is to work on my option essay. So as I said at the beginning of this video, I have a really large essay due in draft by the end of the week, and then I have the final due technically week 9, but I'm going to submit it week 8 because I'm going traveling with my grandmother. So I just have a little bit to work on with that because there's a few things that I just need to actually learn in order to write the essay. So I don't have a solid outline yet, but as I actually work through the essay this week, I'm gonna tell you guys how I'm structuring it, how I'm actually able to lay out my thoughts, and how I'm structuring the actual paragraphs. So I'm gonna go ahead and prep for my meeting with my client, and then I'm gonna go ahead and continue some work on outlining for the essay. My plan is not to start drafting until tomorrow, so today is all about outlining and figuring out what my key points are going to be and how I want to structure the thesis statement. So I'm going to go ahead and go have just clean up before my client meeting and take you guys along for a nice productive day. All right, I've now been taking notes for several hours and talked to my friend Zach on the phone to catch up, and I just got a million emails about my visiting weekend to Yale, but I'm gonna go ahead and head to dinner with some friends. I think we're deciding we're not eating in Hall tonight because the menu wasn't that great. So we're gonna head over to Rickety Press for $5 burger night and save some money. Good morning, everyone. So today is now Tuesday. I ended up working a bit last night after dinner, and then I ended up hanging out with Ellie and Ash. They came into my room and we started watching this new show called Love is Blind on Netflix, and I have to say it is good quality trash TV. If you really want something that is just mind-numbing and doesn't make you think too hard, I would strongly suggest checking out that show. It's an interesting premise. I have many opinions, but nonetheless, I do love a good reality show every once in a while. So we enjoyed that. We got to hang out for a little while, and then I ended up going to bed rather early so that way I could get up this morning and get some work done. So today I have a photo shoot at 2 o'clock with Tilly from That Oxford Girl in collaboration with a lot of the other Oxford influencers or YouTubers or bloggers. So we're all meeting Tilly at the Rad Cam at 2 o'clock for photos for posts that we're going to be putting out for International Women's Day. I am going to go ahead and switch up my study space today because I normally would study in my room, but I have actually found recently that if I switch up my study environment regularly, that I actually tend to be a bit more productive. And there's actually a graduate reading room in college, so what I've been doing is going there and working practically all day I have pulled several 12-hour days there now, and so I have found that that is one of the best places for me to go. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and do a little bit more work in my room, and then I'm gonna pack up and go to the study space, work there until 2 o'clock for the photo shoot, and then after that I have pancakes at George Street Social with my friends. So we're gonna be going there at 3, and then I'm gonna go just directly back to the study space. It's gonna be a good, solid, and productive day. I have a lot of work I need to get done before I head to Yale this weekend. And I also received an email from the African American Studies department asking if I wanted to attend their visiting weekend, and I just don't think I can swing it. And I will have already visited Yale, and although I would love to meet some of the faculty in the African American Studies department, I just don't think I can swing 2 trips. I'm going this weekend and I'm very excited. I'm hoping that I'll run into some people that are doing both programs, but we'll see. I'm just really excited to work with the history faculty as well as the African American Studies faculty. I think that this program is just gonna be one of the best for me and for what I wanna do with my research. So that all being said, I'm rambling quite a bit in this video, but there's just a lot of things that I want to cover. I wasn't able to vlog last week while Liam was here, so I want to be able to kind of discuss what's going on with you guys and let you guys know what's going on in my life and my academic life and plans for Yale and everything. And so I'm gonna go ahead and quit rambling now and get to work. So I've got my iced matcha latte with oat milk, and now I'm gonna head into the study space where it's very quiet. So I'm just going to get a bunch of montage clips with me studying. So I hope you enjoy. Say hi to Charlie.
Hi.
And we had, well, I did a bit of work this morning, and now we are just leaving lunch to go do a couple more hours of work, and then I have to head to the photo shoot and then to grab pancakes and then to return to doing work. So luckily I've made quite a bit of headway on my essay, so hopefully I can at least get a few words on the page today and get a roll on the essay, because 10,000 words aren't gonna write themselves. All right, so I just finished up some work, and now I'm gonna head over to the Rad Cam to meet up with Tilly and do the photo shoot, and then head over to George Street Social for some pancakes. So I'm gonna take you guys along and maybe have you guys meet some other YouTubers and vloggers from Oxford. Alright, so I've now been working for a couple hours in the study room, and everyone has officially left. The sun is setting, and I think I'm going to go ahead and relocate back to my room. I just want to switch into some comfier clothing because I dressed up and wore jeans for the photo shoot. I just want to wear some more comfy clothes while I study, but I got quite a bit done, and I actually think I have kind of an idea on how to get the essay started. I'm still grappling with exactly what my argument is. I'm gonna talk a little bit more about the essay once I'm a little further along, but I don't really know what I wanna say in particular. I have some ideas and I'll show you guys my brain map later on, but I'm still not entirely sure what I wanna do with it. So I'm gonna go ahead, go back to my room, change clothes and just keep working. And I'll take you guys along and get some more work done.
Kids of the summer sun, don't wake us up until the dream is done. We are the kids of the sun. We are the gangsters of paradise. Our hearts are pure and our love is blind. We are the kids of the sun. We got the light. Those summer nights, we had it right.
Good morning, everyone. Today is now Wednesday. I went ahead and got up this morning, got ready quickly, and then picked up a cup of coffee at Yale's and came to the empty study space. I am just gonna go ahead and get right to work today. I try to set up days like this every once in a while, especially when I'm an essay due, where I just focus on work. And so I got up this morning, it's about 8:30 right now, and I have my breakfast, I have some coffee. I am working on a blog post for Tilly. I'm gonna try to get that done just right now, and then I'm gonna go ahead and begin working on my essay. I also have some readings for seminar tomorrow that I need to work on. So I'm gonna have a nice productive day, and I plan on probably being here most of today. So lots of study clips coming your way.
We got the light. Those summer nights, we had it right.
All right, so I have been working for a couple hours now, all morning, and now it is around 12:30, I think. And I'm gonna go ahead and head to Westgate with Ellie. I have to make a return. I ordered this hard drive that just isn't working, so I'm gonna send it back to Amazon, and then we're gonna grab some food. So I definitely need a little bit of a break. I was getting a little stiff and a little brain dead. So I'm gonna go ahead, meet up with Ellie, head to town, and then back to the books.
'Cause we've got better things to do with our time. Nobody's heart's gonna break tonight. 'Cause we've got better things to do with our time. We got the light.
Good morning, everyone. Today is now Thursday. There was some snow this morning, but it has unfortunately passed, and now it's just raining. Typical English weather, but we got to see some snow just for a little while. So I ended up staying up pretty late last night working on the readings for today's seminar. I'm really excited about this seminar. We were looking at far left radical LGBTQ organizations and movements after Stonewall. Like I said earlier in this video, there's a lot that I want to work on in terms of gender theory, queer theory, etc. And I am really enjoying this week's readings. I'm just going to quickly wrap up some of my notes before class, but I also have a good solid outline for my essay, so that's going to be what I'm doing this evening. And I also have the Pembroke Exchange dinner, so it's gonna be a really busy day today. I have class at 11, then I have lunch with my cohort, and then I have the Pembroke Exchange tonight. So it's a busy day, especially when I have an essay due tomorrow, but nonetheless, I'm gonna get it all done. It's gonna be fine. It's just a rough draft, so I don't have to have the full 10,000 words done, but luckily I have a really solid outline. I have the quotes, I have the primary sources that I wanna use, so I'm not super worried, though ask me later this evening and I'm sure it'll be a slightly different story. So now I'm just gonna get a bit of work done before class and then head over. Hello everyone, it is a couple hours later. I got back and immediately took a nap. I was just exhausted and I just needed to listen to my body and let myself sleep. I'm somebody that works either really well late at night or really well early in the morning, so I'm not too worried about it. And also I talked to my other classmates, and for the draft that is due, there's some people that aren't even turning it in. There are other people that are just going to submit an outline. I do want to submit some amount of prose so that way it can get some feedback. So I'm actually going to take this evening after the exchange dinner and all of tomorrow to work on it because it's not due at a particular time. So I'm gonna go ahead and get those in, but I'm not super worried about it. Now that I have an outline of what I want to do and what my argument's gonna be, I think that I have a pretty solid foundation to go off of. So that all being said, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up this video. I am going to pre-film a video tomorrow, and then I'm going to be filming my entire weekend visiting Yale and meeting my department, meeting the faculty, etc. So I'm gonna try to film as much of that as possible, and that should be going up a week from today. So as in a week from when this video is going to be posted. So next Friday is when that video will go live. So if you guys are not yet subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you guys can follow along. I'm gonna be filming a Q&A soon, and I wanted to be able to get some questions from you guys that are a little bit more personal, so that way I can tell you guys a little bit more about me and who I am and where I'm from and all of that. And a lot of my content is very academic heavy, and so while that is a very large part of my life, it is not my entire life. My channel is all about trying to show what it really is like to be an academic, and so I also want to be able to talk about things that are not academic. I also, as you guys noticed in this video, have been using an iPad to take my notes. I have had my iPad for about a week, so I'm going to be filming a video on going digital very soon. So that may or may not be the next video. I'm trying to decide if I actually have enough information to go on to make that video. But I am gonna go ahead and wrap it up so that way I can move on to the next batch of content and get this video edited so I can upload it tomorrow. And if you guys enjoyed this one, please give it a thumbs up. And if you guys are not yet subscribed, as I said before, please hit that subscribe button. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye everyone.
He started with hello on a summer afternoon. I lost myself and everybody else when I found you.